Welcome everyone to our class. Today in our class we are going to discuss about weathering. Okay, so before starting the topic, please, if you like my video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Okay, so let's start. Weathering. What is weathering? Before knowing that, you have to know about the geomorphic process. You know what is the geomorphic process? Geomorphic process means the process which is involved in the formations of the land of the earth surface. Okay, that is known as geomorphic process. And there are the two type of geomorphic process we know. What is there? Number one is the endogenetic process, another one is the exogenetic geomorphic process. Endogenetic geomorphic process means those process which is happened inside the earth, that means interior of the earth, that is in earth, that is endogenetic process. Because of the endogenetic process, volcanic eruptions happened, earthquake happened, mountain formations is also there. But what is exogenous geomorphic process? You know, exogenous geomorphic process which are we see in upper the earth surface, earth surface. Okay, we see in the earth surface, and in this process means exogenous geomorphic process mainly work for shaping and reshaping of the landform on the earth surface. Okay, this is known as exogenous geomorphic process. Okay, and you know this the endogenetic process work very fast, but exogenetic process work very slow, and few natural agent help to do this exogenous process, like sun, river, means water, rain, wind, running water, glacier, sea waves. These are the natural agent who help to for shaping and reshaping of the earth surface. Okay, next we will discuss about the gradations. Gradations means it is the one type of process which also remove all the unevenness of the surface. Okay, surface of the land, and reduce the height or the to even the surface unevenness, to remove the unevenness and reduce the height and to even the surface. Okay, this gradations is also the agent of the degradations and aggradations. So what is degradations and aggradations? You know, the process of the lowering the surface of the earth by the process of erosions, that means by the process of the removals of the rock materials, rock waste and the rock fragments, that is known as degradations. Okay, basically degradations is involved in the process of erosions, transportations and denudations. And aggradations means basically, you know, that means depositions. Aggradations, in this process the land surface built up, that means not lowering, totally opposite of the degradations. It's here you see the land surface is built up by the process of the depositions. Okay, that means all the materials, rock fragments, clay, sand, rock waste, alluvium, debris, all are deposited in one place, then one by after deposited year by year, then the place is again that place is built up. Okay, that is known as aggradations. Okay, now here few things you need to know, that is like the erosions, corrosions, transportations, denudation. These are the four short questions you have to know. These all are in the process which is involved in erosional degradations process, or also in the aggradations process. So first of all you have to know what is erosions. Erosions means the process which is wearing away the land surface by the agent. Okay, by the natural agents. Okay, and these erosions, that means whatever the erosions happened in that place, weathering happened in that place, that all that rock materials they wear away by the natural agent from that place, that is known as erosions. Erosions basically happened by the corrosions and corrosions process. So corrosions, what is that means? It is a type of work of the wearing away the rock and rock surface by the chemical and the solvent process, solvent actions. Okay, that means it's totally the chemical process. And corrosions, what is this? This is the totally mechanical process by which the rock surface or the frictions of the when the two rocks are frictions each other, or also by the temperature when this rock lose their hardness. Okay, they again divided into the small rock. Okay, that is the corrosion, that is the totally mechanical process, not the erosion, not the chemical process. By this process all the rock materials are moved from that place by the process or by the help of the gravity. Okay, gravity also by the natural agent like the water, stream, river or waves, glacier, all that was away. So okay, so these are the two process of the erosions. Next one is transportations. Transportations means that this is the also one type of process by carrying away all the rock fragments from one place to another place. This is known as transportations. Denudations basically this is the another stage of degradations. Okay, what is the word denudations means? This word denudations coming from the Latin word denudare, which is means to lay bare. Bare means empty, so it means taking off all the covering of the earth's layers of the rock surface and making it totally bare. Okay, so this is denudation. Next one we will start about weathering. So what is weathering? Weathering is also similar to the erosions, but there is a little bit differences there. So weathering is the process which break down and decay the rocks of the earth crust by the actions of the weather element. Okay, so weather are also they involved in the process of disintegrations and breaking downs and decay of the rock by the actions of the weather element. Okay, so there are the three types of weathering we see here. What are they? Like mechanical weathering, chemical weathering and biological weathering. So first of all we will discuss about the mechanical weathering. So what is mechanical weathering? Mechanical weathering which is involved in the disintegrations of the rock by the mechanical way. Mechanical means without changing its mineral compositions. Okay, without changing its mineral composition, that is known as mechanical weathering. And mechanical weathering is also happened by the temperature, by the wind, by the frost, by the rainfall. Okay, now we will going to discuss one by one all of this. Like by the with the help of temperature, different kind of weathering mechanical weathering happened, like the block disintegrations, like exfoliations, like the Glandular Disintegrations. Okay, so first of all block disintegration, what is that? In dry climatic environment, there is a huge temperature is there. Because of the excessive temperature, any rock which have cracks or joint with this temperature, because of that huge temperature, that cracks, that joint break down into the small blocks. Okay, this process is known as block disintegrations. See the picture of the block disintegrations. Okay, this is the picture of block disintegration. Next one is the exfoliations, means in this process it is also this process happened by the temperature, huge temperature. Okay, you remember all this thing, that block disintegrations, exfoliations, Glandular disintegrations, all this happen basically in the desert region, because the desert regions have the huge temperature in there. Okay, so in this process, in the exfoliations, in this process, one rock, the spilling of its plate, one by one surface is spilling off from there. Okay, because the some rocks, due to the release of the pressure and cell from the upper layer and split off its soil, and then one by one, when it is wear away, this type of weathering is known as exfoliations. Okay, next one is glandular disintegrations. This type of happened, this type of weathering happened which in a heterogeneous type of rock. Okay, and this type of glandular disintegrations means, and okay, one thing I forgot to tell you, that explorations is also known as the onion type of, like onion have one layer by another layer, right? Onion have one layer by another layer. So like this exfoliations and the cause and the glandular disintegrations, cause you know that each and every rock composed with the different type of minerals, and each and every minerals have the different capacity to hold the temperature. Okay, when they capture the temperature, it exploit. Okay, when the different minerals capture different temperature and then exploit, and one at a times they exploit. Okay, they break down into the small pieces. Okay, they break down into the small pieces. So you remember this, that types of these explorations, and the process of the weathering is very common in heterogeneous type of rock, that is in the glandular disintegrations. Okay, and due to the variations of the heat, variations of the mineral expand, and the contact of the different rate that compared to each other, as a result you can see the formations of the crack in the rocks, and then they break down into the small rocks. Okay, small rocks. Okay, this type of weathering is known as glandular disintegration, and all these type of glandular disintegrations or exfoliations or block disintegrations happened in the desert regions. Okay, next one is the work of wind, and this type of work of wind is also happened in the desert regions. Okay, desert regions, cause there is a huge or desert, or also you can see the coastal regions, cause in these places wind speed is maximum, cause you know there is no obstacle is there. In the plain regions there is a lot of buildings, lot of breezes, lot of plants is there. Because of that, wind have that obstacle for blowing, but in the desert regions there is no obstacle is there, so wind speed is maximum. So basically this work of the wind we see in the desert regions. Okay, next one is the work of force. You know that in a cold regions, if any rock have the crack, and because of the rain that water is deposited on that crack, but at night when their temperature is 0 freezing level, that time that water is frozen and it convert into the ice, and when they convert into the ice they take maximum place. So that time the crack, you see here is water is present here, but in the second picture, because it's converted into the ice at night, so the crack is now bigger. So each and every day it's when it is same thing happened with the same rock, so there is a crack then bigger and bigger, and at a times that cracks divided and break into the smaller part. So these split and break into the smaller parts. So in that time there is also disintegration happened of the rock. So this is also one type of mechanical weathering. Okay, now next one is the actions of the rainfall. Because of the rainfall that not directly enter into the mechanical weathering, except the beating of the rain. Raindrops also have some weight, and it also can break the rock. Okay, sometimes when the rocks provide water for snow, for frost actions, it can also the broken any materials. Okay, next one is the chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is also involved in the disintegrations and decompositions of the rocks by the chemical change. Chemical changing means the mineral composition changing. Okay, Here the few processes also there, like carbonations, oxidations, hydrations and solutions. What is the carbonations? Carbonations is the process by which carbon dioxide which is consist of the rock, when the rainwater falls from the atmosphere, the carbon dioxide combined with it with the rain, so when it turn into the weak acid, when it mixed with the weak acid, that is carbonic acid, there is a action, the carbonic acid actions with the limestone, and the limestone easily eroded by the rainfall, okay, by the rain, which is actually the carbonic acid at that time, because it is mixed up with the carbon dioxide, okay. And as a result you can see this limestone cave formed there, okay. Next one is the oxidations. In this process, in which the oxygen combined with the minerals, and at a time the iron compound and decay it, and as a result oxidations rocks also, which you know that few days you just keep any raw iron outside of your house, where that iron can get the moisture, sun ray. After few days you can see that iron is rusted, okay, rusted. So that is all eolies and brown types happen because of the chemical weathering happened there, because of the chemical weathering happened there. So that in that process the iron change into the iron color is also changed, okay. And the rock began to decay and crumbles and poreless mass of the brown dust, okay. And that's why we always do our home color of your raw iron, for protecting the iron for rusting, okay, from rusting. Next one is hydrations. Hydrations means the process in which the water combined with the minerals and the rainwater enter to the rock in increasing the volumes of the rock, with the result the pressure reduce and the minerals to okay. Next one is solution. In this process, it which the minerals are dissolved by water, and the minerals like rock salt, gypsum also dissolve in the water. This type of minerals removed from the rock in solutions, and the rock get decay, okay. So we will discuss today here. In our next class we will discuss about the biological weathering and mass bursting, okay.